Hello and welcome back to our coverage of the 2023 Cricket World Cup. Today, we travel to the West Oval in Dharamshala, Himachal Pradesh, India. A rivalry between two lands is renewed as Australia battle New Zealand. This is the 12th meeting between them in a World Cup. In terms of victories, Australia lead 8-3. One of these victories coming in the final of the 2015 tournament at the MCG. With the likes of Kane Williamson and Martin Guptill departed, the runners-up of the 2019 tournament will look to overcome the defending World Test champions in a limited over showdown. The match is about to begin, so we'll send you to Dharamshala as we begin the 27th match of the 2023 Cricket World Cup. So getting set for the action to start here between Australia and New Zealand. A beautiful afternoon at a beautiful stadium, the West Oval in Dharamshala, playing host to the 27th match of the 2023 Cricket World Cup. New Zealand call heads on the toss, and the result will be heads. So it is their pick, and they will choose to bowl. Australia going first. David Warner with Mitch Marsh to be the opening partnership, as Adam Milne gets us started. First delivery of the match, away we go. This has been sent away. It almost goes to the boundary, but it is stopped. Going for two here, goes back to the bowler, who tosses it to the keeper's end. But Australia still managing to get those 2 runs. Exciting start to this match as we prepare for the second delivery. Once again sends it away in the same direction. Gone off to square leg, and this one's going to be close. But he is there. 2 more. Warner remaining on strike. That's gone to leg side. And nothing there. Easily stopped. Halfway through the first over now. Once again to leg side. It's going to be hit away. Going to be a bit of a risky play, but they still get the single. And that'll bring Mitch Marsh on strike. To offside, catch is made, but he's in the crease. And the final delivery of the over coming from Adam Milne. Could be a leg, could be LBW, and the umpire says yes. Milne finishes his over by taking a wicket. We'll see if they review this, but that one seemed pretty obvious to me. We'll see it on the replay. Indeed, blocking the trajectory of the ball. For any of those that may be in doubt, Mitch Marsh dismissed for a duck to be replaced by Steve Smith. Don't know why I was thinking Sam. Matt Henry in now for New Zealand, the second bowler. Australia 1 for 5 at the end of the first over after that LBW. And this one's going to go deep. Almost 4. But it's stopped around long leg. And they settle for 2. David Warner, 7 runs from 5 balls faced. He's done all the scoring for Australia so far this afternoon, and that one in danger of going away, but the keeper able to launch into action and block it. Wide nonetheless, but it could have been a boundary. So an extra ball added onto this over. And this is going to go far. And that's the first boundary of the match. After many close calls in the early going here, Australia finally getting a 4. We'll see the replay. David Warner continues on strike. This one just launched away to short fine leg to bring us to the halfway point of the over. Sent off to square leg. It's going to be stopped. Close call, perhaps. They're both there. 2 more for Australia as David Warner remains on strike. Just keeps finding a way to stay at that end. Launches it off to deep point now. It's gonna be close. Thrown to the keeper. But still there for the second run. And the final delivery of the over coming now from Henry. It's short, but it's still a single. Australia 1 for 17 at the end of the second over. Ish Sodhi in now for New Zealand, the spin bowler. Changing the tactics up now on the Aussies, and that one is swung on and missed, but way far away from the batsman. No wide. It stays good. And now this one gets launched away. That's going to be for 6. What a hit. First maximum of the game. As we see the replay here, he caught that one perfectly on the bat. Sends it flying into the stands. And 6 more for Australia, 6 more for David Warner, who scored all but one of the runs here today. And he's going to get another 6. I don't even know where that one went. But now Warner starting to get into a groove here, which may be much needed. To get the score up. Can he do it again? No, but that one is more on the part of the delivery than the batsman. As we move into the second half of the third over. Once again, this will be way out of his trajectory, his reach, as he swings and misses. And again, no wide. Caught this one in the end of the bat. And Australia 1 for 29 at the end of the third over. Harris Shelton, the right arm fast medium bowler, into the attack now for New Zealand. 12 balls remaining in Australia's innings. Here in a rivalry matchup, of course, go back to the final of the 2015 World Cup. That was also Australia versus New Zealand. That was at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. This will go far. Will go to the boundary. Just barely blocked. And that's going to give him 3. As I was saying, this can go back to the 2015 World Cup final. The MCG, Australia winning by 7 wickets, defeating New Zealand. March 29th, 2015. So, they've had their battles with one another, especially in the World Cup. And again, I've mentioned this in earlier coverage, but it's an interesting fact that not since 2007 has a team won the Cricket World Cup other than the team hosting the tournament? It was 2007, 2011, I should say, won by India. 2015, as we just mentioned, won by Australia. 2019, of course, won by England. So if you were to ask me to pick someone to win this tournament, I might say India just because of that streak that's been going on. As the fourth over comes to an end, Australia won for 34. James Neesham will be the final bowler for New Zealand now. And the projected total at the current run rate for Australia, 43. They'll want to get their score up to lessen the chances of a defeat by New Zealand here. Perhaps that win in the Ashes gave them a bit of confidence, but now this is not a test. That's 4. Goes to the boundary. As I was saying, this is not a test. Australia reigning supreme in Test cricket, winning the World Test Championship as well as the Ashes earlier this year. But in the world of limited overs, it is England who are kings. Oh, he's caught it. That's a wicket. Smith foiled by the keeper. And I definitely want to see a replay on that. He had one foot out of the crease. Steve Smith dismissed. 14 minutes, 8 balls. Marnus Labuschagne coming in next. 3 balls to go in Australia's innings. This has been sent away, but the catch is going to be made. Golden duck for Labuschagne. 2 in a row for Neesham. Can he get the hat trick? Wow! That is an unlucky spot. Travis Head, the next to be thrown to the Lions. See if he'll be able to survive in this proverbial Coliseum. Neesham looking for a hat trick. But this is going to be sent to the boundary by Head. And now, the final delivery of the innings coming in now. To close things out for Australia. Head sends this deep, and it'll once again go to the boundary. So the Australian side finishing with a score of 3 wickets, 46 runs. New Zealand will need 47 to get the win here in Dharamshala. So there you see the scorecard for Australia. Warner and Head, the final partnership. 2 ducks, including one off the first ball. Marnus Labuschagne. Mitch Marsh legged before wicket by Milne, and then we move on to New Zealand's innings. Will Young to be on strike, and Mitchell Starc, the first bowler. 47 runs from 30 balls needed for New Zealand to defeat Australia. Away we go. This will go to the third man. Be a single to get the first innings underway, or to get the first over underway. Blundell now on strike. Anticipation from the crowd as Starc readies for the next delivery, and Blundell stepped out of the crease for a moment there, but quickly going back, seeing it had been thrown to the keeper. You always need to be on your guard in this game. Case in point, Johnny Bairstow. This is going to go for 2. Of course, we all remember Johnny Bairstow in the Ashes earlier this year. Sparked great debate in the world of cricket, but whatever it is, an out is an out. That's my take. Anyways, if you were to ask me. But it just illustrates why you need to be on your guard. Especially when the ball is in your end. You never really know what's going to happen next. Final delivery of the over coming in from Mitchell Stark. And New Zealand none from 3 at the end of the first.
End of the first over. New Zealand are now on none hookable. Into the attack for Australia.
Pat Cummins next up for Australia. Will Young once again on strike. Current run rate is 3. They need 11 to win. 44 runs from 24 balls needed for New Zealand in that first over. A bit of a waste of time if you ask me. A lot of balls that didn't go very far went to waste. As they get a single here, and Blundell once again on strike. Rolls to Gully. And none. Around extra cover. New Zealand in desperate need of more runs here. Those 2 maximums scored earlier really helped out Australia to get the total that they have, and now Blundell is going to score 4. So perhaps this is the beginning of a groove for the Kiwis. Sends it away to cover square. And it's a close call, but it's still 2. Final delivery coming now in over number 2. Good sound. This will definitely go to the boundary. And New Zealand none for 14 at the end of the second over. Starting to pick up some steam here. Some much needed steam. Adam Zampa will bring spin bowling into the attack now. Blundell, the standout so far for New Zealand. Oh, this one is bit of a close call. The umpire says yes, I didn't think so at the beginning. And I would think this is cause to review. But I guess they'll roll with it. Always be on your guard. Never let down your guard in the game of cricket. Will Young, gone. Henry Nicholls coming in. I think I was saying earlier, before that wicket interrupted me, Blundell the standout here for New Zealand. 12 runs from 10 balls faced so far. And the next delivery from Zampa. Charged up the hit a bit. It'll just be a single, but they're going to go for 2. This is going to be a close call. He got it. He got it. One of the most exciting moments of the game of cricket. Close calls like that. Four. all the way for 4. "27 runs from 14 balls needed. New Zealand far from being out of the woods. But that boundary, of course, helping a bit. They're gonna go for 2. It goes to the bowler. He holds steady. And New Zealand get 2 more. Final delivery of the over from Zampa. Nichols will send it to the boundary. And that's 4 more. And with 12 balls remaining, New Zealand will need 21 runs to defeat Australia here in match 27 of the World Cup, one of the more anticipated matches of the tournament. Ashton Agar will continue now into finger spin instead of wrist spin. Into the air it goes. Blundell takes advantage. It goes for 4. 10.50, the required run rate for victory now for New Zealand. Of course, earlier it was 11 and theirs was 3. 17 runs from 11 balls. It seems to be possible. It's certainly going to be more possible after this is sent away. That's 6 from Blundell. Now they're starting to pick things up. When you only have 5 overs to play, it can be a bit of a difficult situation. But Blundell doing a great job. This goes for 6 more. And just like that, New Zealand on the verge of ending things. Now a bit of re-strategizing, much needed re-strategizing. New Zealand 1 for 42. Another one of those 6s would put an end to this. And he had the power on it. He did not have the distance, however. But even so, this is not a good situation for the Aussies. 2 deliveries remaining in over number 4. Managing to keep it inside that inner ring. 5 from 7. He's going to send it away. Stopped before it reaches the boundary at deep mid-wicket. And they've allowed 2 more. 6 balls remain. New Zealand need 3 runs, that is. Cameron Green, the final bowler for Australia. Can they hold New Zealand under 3 runs from 6 balls? Away we go. Keeper springs into action. Prevents a possible boundary. Next delivery now from Green. This may be the one. Is it? It is. New Zealand defeat Australia
A decisive victory in this match.
here at
Thank
the
you very
West
much for
Oval.
joining us. Please remember to drive responsibly on your way home.
And the runners-up in 2019 with a victory over their rivals. New Zealand defeat Australia by 4 wickets. A team that has already lost more than expected once again moves down the ladder. Let's take a look at the final scorecard from this match. David Warner led the scoring for the Aussies with 29 runs from 17 balls. Behind him were Travis Head with 8 from 2 and Steve Smith with 8 from 8. Tom Blundell was the standout star for New Zealand. His total of 30 runs from 16 balls inspired the Kiwis to victory with a supporting performance played by Henry Nichols, 16 runs from 7 balls. In last is Will Young, 1 from 3. 2 wickets were taken by New Zealand's James Neesham. Adam Milne also took 1 to make Australia's total 3 for 46. Adam Zampa, the solitary wicket taker for Australia. Our next match will be tomorrow, as a matter of fact. India battle England at the Ekana Cricket Stadium in Lucknow, Uttar Pradesh. Until then, we will say goodbye and good night from the studio as New Zealand defeat Australia by 4 wickets.